Hello, Kirel. Happy Monday. Hello, Bharat. How are you? Let's just wait a couple of minutes until all the guests join, and then we can start, okay? Let's just wait 2 minutes, and then we can start for the Launchpad Mondays call. Hi, Kate. Happy Monday. How are you? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We are already past the middle of January. That's crazy. I think December and January are months that are combined. They pass by very fast. Hi Danny, how are you? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. How
How
exciting.
are
I'm so excited to be here.
Perfect, very nice. I like the energy.
Yeah,
Uh
I saw Peng Joon with Joe Bauer here in LA
mhm.
back in like 2018 or something, 2019. So I've
Oh,
been
very
following
nice.
Peng Joon for a while, so I'm super excited.
Perfect, perfect. Well, the idea for today, first of all, let me introduce myself, right? My name is Chris. Welcome to Sales Process. Here on Launchpad Mondays, what we usually cover is a specific topic with a homework to basically copy or do the same process on your end. So you can post your homework then in the Facebook community group. Once you post the homework, you will be available or eligible to win prizes that I'm gonna share with you by the end of the call, okay? I'm just waiting for everyone to join and then we can start. People are still joining, so let's just wait a little bit. Okay. I think we can start now. All right. If you have any questions on the homework, you can just type it down in the Zoom chat, and by the end of the call, I'm gonna be answering the question, okay? So the topic for today is basically how to set up an automation for invoices. So I'm gonna basically divide today's call into two parts. The first part will be where the invoices can be created and how you can build a template for invoices. And then the second part will be connecting those invoices with automations, okay, depending on what you want to do. And then the homework, the spoiler alert will be that you're gonna basically need to create a workflow or an automation with the feature of sending invoices, okay? All right, I'm gonna be sharing my screen now. Perfect. Okay, so once you log in into the sales process app, you do see my screen, right? Can I get a reaction, a thumbs up? Perfect. All right, awesome. So once you log in into the system, right? Uh, in order to create invoices, you just gotta go to payments, right? Under payments, we're not gonna cover this part, but basically it is suggested for you to set up a payment integration. The most common one is Stripe, but if you use any other payment integration that appears in here, the idea would be for you to connect the payment integration so you can fully utilize the other features that appear in here. Now, under payments, you do have in here the tab or the section of invoices, right? So here, if we go to all invoices, you will basically see the invoices history that you send to your to your clients or to your leads as well. Okay. In order to create invoices, you just go in here and create a template, right? Also, if you go to all invoices, you can create a specific one in here. You just click on new invoice. And then, as I mentioned before, you do need a payment integration. Since this is a a testing account, there is no payment integration. But once you have that integrated, you will be able to use the other features as well, right? So in here, basically what you need to do is add the specific business information that you need for the invoice. On the right side, basically you would see the preview, right? On how the invoice would look like. You can add the business information according uh, to your information, right? Customer information, this can be added depending on the email. For example, I'm gonna use, I wanna use another one. Hit this one. Okay. I'm gonna use this contact that we have, all right? Invoice settings, you have the invoice number and the issue date and the due date. This is important for you, right? And for the client as well. So once you set up the issue date and the due date, you would add the product. Remember that in order to create a product, you need to do it under payments. If we go back, here there's the product option where you can add it as well. Okay, this will be covered in more depth on Wednesday, since this is a new features. On Wednesdays, you have the feature Fiesta call, which is basically the call that showcases all the new features and updates within the system. Okay, but then going back in here to all invoices, if we create a new invoice, you would add the product that was created on the other section, right? For example, here with the correct price, you can add the tax if you want in here. Okay. You can add discounts as well. You can add payment schedules. Okay. If it's divided as well. All right. You can add payments. And you do have additional options. Okay. You can add a comment or terms and notes, and then you can attach files as well. All right. Once you finish this, you can send the invoice in here. Oh, it asked me for a customer. Okay. And once you send it, you can also save it, and it will appear in here in the invoice history. Okay. It's pretty simple. The same applies for new recurring invoices. Okay. The only difference is that this is for recurring matters, but the setup is basically the same. You would just add the customer information, your business information. You would add the product same way. Okay. And then you can add the same features as before. Okay. This can be scheduled as well if it's recurring. It could be at the end of the month or at the beginning of the next month, and so on. Now, once you create the invoice and it's sent, you can also create a template so you don't have to do it all the time. In order to create a invoice template, you would go in here to templates and then add new template. It's gonna be basically the same setup, but it's gonna be saved. So we're gonna try and do that. Let's see if it lets me do it, because since I don't have a payment integration, there might be some limitations. So the setup, the same as before. This could be test, sorry, test, and we can save. Here we have the new template, the invoice template. And then once it's created, the next step would be the automation part, okay? So you will see that creating the invoice is really simple, pretty straightforward. You would just go to payments, have your payment integration ready, and then coming here, you can create invoices individually in here, and then you can create a template the same way. But the difference is that it's gonna be saved in here, okay? Once it's created, now key things to keep in mind in order to create invoices, you do need to have a payment integration in here, and you do need to have a product created, okay? Those two things are required to send invoices. Now, once it's created again, you would go to automations to set up the workflow or the automation part of the setup. So I did cover automations on previous Launchpad Mondays calls. So if you don't remember how to create a workflow in general, or it's the first time you are seeing this, remember that the calls, the weekly training calls are recorded. You do have access to the Sales Process University, where you can just get more training about all the topics within the system. If you're new to the system, you can just go to the New Start Here section, okay? That would be your first step. The next step would be to join the community. If you click on the section join our community, it will lead you to the Facebook group chat or the Facebook community group. Office hour live calls are for the weekly trainings like this one. Okay. If you see here, we have Launchpad Mondays. We have Wednesday Feature Fiesta. That's what I was saying, where they showcase basically the new features. With Tuesdays is funnel forging, mainly focusing on funnel features, landing pages, and things like that. Then on Thursdays, we have the CRM Connect, which is it will help you set up the backend of your system, and also the best practices on how to maximize the system itself. And then the FAQ Fridays is with me as well. And in these calls, we usually cover or address any pain points or specific issues or queries you may have within the system, okay? Usually in these calls, it's only a Q&A session, so I'm not covering anything, but answering your questions or your pain points, okay? So I would say join the FAQ Fridays once you have tested or you have played a little bit around with the system. And if you just got stuck, that's when you can come into the FAQ Fridays for further assistance with me. Okay. Now that being said, going back to automation. So creating workflows or automations is really straightforward. You do have two options only. Select a recipe or start one from scratch. If you select a recipe, you will see like an introduction on what you can build, okay? These are the pre-built ones for you, right? I'm not seeing any automations for invoices. Yeah. So these are basic automations. And then if you want to create one from scratch, you would just select start from scratch, okay? Once you come in here, automations or workflows always start with a trigger, right? Depending on um, what your strategy may be, you can add a trigger or another one. You can add more than one trigger as well. That can be used. For example, it could be a form submitted. Uh, form is, this is only an example, okay? And then as you can see, if the lead or client submitted a form, this could be a trigger, and you can add other triggers as well. But let's say that you use one of the triggers to be a form after they purchase a product or the product you wanted. The next step would be sending, or actually invoice. It could be sending the invoice, right? So you do have the options. From user, that would be you or the team members involved in your account. Invoice templates. This is the only template we created, so it would be this one. And payment mode, it could be live or test. What I would say is, well, the difference is very straightforward. I would say start with the test, save the action, and then you can end with a thank you email or a thank you message via SMS. Um, something like, uh, we appreciate your purchase. Let's keep in touch. Something like that. You can send a thank you message via SMS or via email, or both, depending on, again, your strategy. But let's save this action. So this is kind of like a basic automations or on what you can do. But the important part in here is that you do have the option to send invoices either in live mode, which would be the actual invoice with the guest or the client's information, or you can use the test mode, which basically covers kind of like the sandbox part. Once you finish creating the workflow, you can save all the actions and save it on the top right corner. As you can see, this automation is in draft mode. If you want to publish this automation because you like it or it's ready, you can change and switch this to publish. Then you can save on the top right corner. And then you can also test the entire workflow, and you can select the contacts to send this. You can run the test, and you can use a personal email or just a test email that you may have, or a test account or test contact, right? And check it out for yourself. If you like how the workflow is running, then that's done. If you need to adjust, let's say the product or the price in the invoice, you would go back to payments in here. And then if you need to adjust the product, you would come in here. Let's say that instead of $100, you want it to be, I don't know, 50 to 100. Okay, and then you can save. Or if you wanna change the invoice itself, you can just go to templates and edit this new template. Okay, it could be invoice one. You can add other business information if you want to update this part. If you need to add a website, you can add it in here if you want to change the phone number and so on. The same applies for the the product in here, right? You can add more products as well. In this case, I'm gonna use this one and I'm gonna delete this one. Okay. I just want to check something real quick. Add product, test one. Yeah. As you can see, the price is updated as well. Before it was 100, now it's 50. And then again, you can add other products as well. You can add taxes automatically as well. In order to create the add tax sections, you go to in here. You would need the payment integration as well. Okay. So far, any questions on the workflow itself or the invoice part? If no questions, then let me finish by this. So again, the steps would be basically the homework will be to create the invoice and add it to a workflow. Okay. The invoice again, for the invoice, you would need first the payment integrations. Okay. In here, under payments, you would go to integrations and connect the correct payment integration that you may have. If you don't have one, that would be your first step to create a payment integration for your business. Stripe is really good. PayPal is really good. That's the most common one. Square as well, and so on. Once you have integrated your payment integration, the next step would be to create a product. So the invoice can be created as well. You would go to product, create a product, and in here you can just test our product 3. You can add a description of this product, test. The pricing could be one time recurring, depending on what you need. This will be part of the invoice as well, if it's one time or recurring. Let's say it's recurring. Here you can add the currency. We're gonna use USD. Right there. USD, let's do 25. Okay, you can compare price. Okay, so let's say it's 100. If it's recurring, it will give you the billing period. Is it weekly, monthly, daily? Let's do monthly. Okay, and the trial period, number of days or number of months, number of payments. Okay, you can add variants as well for size and color. Okay, this is again for the product. And once you're done, you can just save. I suggest you to play a little bit around with the product creation. All right. Once you have the payment integration and the product, now you can move on to creating the invoice. You would go to all invoice. You can set up just a new invoice in here, or if you want to create a template already for future automations, you can go to templates in here and create a new template. Okay. In here, you would need the business information, your business information. Okay. Here, your username will appear. Just click on the edit part, and you can add all this information or update information. The next step would be to add a product. The products will appear in here. Okay. You can add more than one product. You can add tags and discounts as well. And for additional options, you can add the term notes and attachments. Once you have created the template, just save. Okay. Once the template is created, the next step is to create the automation. The automation would be under automations, and then on the top right corner, you can create one from scratch. Okay. Now in here, the important part or the most important parts are two. The trigger, depending on if let's say that you have connected the invoice or the product in a landing page, and then they submitted a form confirming the product was purchased. So they can add the form. You can add the form in here, that specific form. Let's say it's this one. You would say the trigger. Once the trigger is saved, the next step could be either wait for X amount of time and then send the invoice, or you can send the invoice right away. Send invoice. Okay. Once you select the send invoice element from user, that would be you or your teammates, then you can add the template and you can set it up as a live or as a test mode, depending on what you want. Then you would save the actions. You can later tailor this out, and you can add a thank you message, let's say via email, send email from business name, from email, your professional email, business@name.com, subject, invoice, confirmation. If you have a mail template that you want to send, you can send that out. If not, you can just type in the message in here and it will state, thank you for your purchase. You can save the action. Once you're done, remember to save all of your actions on the top right corner. And if you want to publish the workflow once you test it out, you can test it out in here. Just select the account that is going to be part of the testing period. And then if it's ready and good, just switch it from draft to publish, save, and the automation will start working. Okay? Exactly. As Kate confirmed, you can set up an email confirmation or SMS confirmation depending on which one within the workflow. That would be this email that I just showed you. Perfect. Now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. And I'm going to show you another topic. Second. I just want to show you the prices. Okay. Okay, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, so as I mentioned before, the homework for this week would be to create an invoice, whether it's just a one-time invoice or a recurring invoice, and then create a template based on that and create a workflow, okay? If you want to create the invoice, you would need two things: your payment integration setup. It could be Stripe, PayPal, Square, whatever you have. If you don't have it, that would be your first step to sign up for a payment integration and integrate it in the sales process system. The second requirement would be to create the product that would be under payments as well. Now, once you have that created, you would create the invoice, whether it's a one-time or recurring, and then you can create the workflow or the automation. Okay. Under the automation, you would select the specific trigger, whether it's a form submitted, it could be a contact added, uh, well, or a product purchased, and things like that. And then you would send the invoice element, and you can send a thank you email or SMS. Okay. Yes, Jordan, I think you have questions about the payment integration.
Yeah, I do. Um, on a store, we are doing a payment integration for a credit card. When
Mm-hmm.
we do that, will that be isolated to just that store when we do that?
Well, that's the idea. I mean, were you planning on using another one as well, or?
Well, no, I'm just like, um, the store has, I mean, that's its own entity. And then,
Mhm.
like, if we have courses or, another, you know, we want to use like Stripe on different funnels. So I just wanted to clarify that when we set up that payment integration for that store, that
Mm-hmm.
that's only going to encompass that payment integration.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So then like when we do a funnel for like a webinar or, a even coaching or something like that, then that would pick up on the Stripe one, right? Or
Yes, to the payment
PayPal or
integration
whatever we
that
do.
was set
Uh,
up. Mhm.
Okay. Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. Are we going to do any teachings on setting up a store? And because I know there's new, and then the other thing too is shipping. Like, have they gotten anywhere? I know they were trying to integrate, like, so UPS or,
Mhm.
you could actually hook that up. So for shipping, it would be automated. Has that gotten
Mhm.
anywhere yet?
For the shipping part, I wouldn't know if it's gonna be set up. Probably it's gonna be covered on Wednesday. Uh, Wednesdays again are usually for showcasing the new features and updates within the sales process system. So the store section and all the new features that appear are all gonna be covered on Feature Fiestas calls.
Okay. Okay. I'll check in then there. All
Hmm.
right. Thank
For
you.
sure. Hmm. So again, that would be the homework for today. Once you have it ready, the idea would be for you to take screenshots on that, and you can post it in the Facebook community group with the hashtag sales process wins. Okay, that's the homework. Here on the top, you can see the hashtag sales process wins that needs to be posted with the screenshots. All right, and then you will be eligible and you will participate in winning these three prizes. Okay. The first prize would be one exclusive hot seat with Coaching Pen June. Okay. In here, you will fine tune your offer, you will optimize your sales funnels, expand your traffic strategy for massive growth, Basically, it will be a mentoring session with him to boost your business for this 2025. Okay. Then the second seat would be a one-on-one traffic and ad strategy session with Marcus. Okay. You'll review your ad performance and targeting, explore insights on advanced traffic strategies, and refine split testing techniques for a higher return of investment. Okay, very good. I strongly recommend you to follow up with the homeworks so you can stay tuned on this. And then last but not least, the third prize would be one ticket to the Internet Mastery Retreat Live this year. Okay. You will gain insider into the 10 critical strategies to maximize your business. Okay. And you will get just a better experience on how to grow your business for this year and the upcoming year for 2026 as well. Okay. Now, one thing to add as well is that the first and second place will also receive this ticket to the Internet Master Retreat Live for this year. So again, just try and do the homework, keep up, and if you have any questions regarding this or any other feature that you may be working on, we do offer the Friday calls that I mentioned before, the FAQ Fridays. It's FAQ Friday calls is usually Q&A session for specific questions. Okay, so I'm not gonna be presenting any new feature or anything like that. Then on Tuesdays you have the final fortune call. Okay, for mainly landing pages and funnels. Okay, how to set it up, how to connect them and publish them. Wednesday again, Jordan for you mainly is where they will be covering the new features and updates of the system. So stay tuned on that. And on Thursday, you'll get a training on how to set up the backend of your CRM, how to set up your email, and yeah, the best practices on how to navigate through the system as well. All right. Now, any other questions? All right. If there are no questions, appreciate the time, all of you. I hope the training was helpful. I can see that Kyrell needed the training for today, so I'm really glad we could all join. Thank you, Kate, as well for participating. If you don't know her, Kate is always showing up in the trainings, so she's in a really advanced point of the of her business and training as well. So she's quite experienced with the system as well. So one tip that I would say is stay with the weekly trainings and with the university videos that we offer, and you'll get to your business goals and needs as well. All right. I hope you have a great start of the week, and let's meet in the other weekly training calls as well. All right. All right. Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good week.
Good week.